All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Darien, Illinois. We are at the Darien Sportsplex this morning for the NGHL Championship Blue Division. Your Hawks are taking on the Hyland Lady Jaguars in Game 3 for your Hawks. Hawks have beat Tampa Bay Crunch, Tampa Bay Lightning, and look to take on the Jaguars here this morning. Got 10 seconds left on the warm-ups. It's Frank, the announcer, coming to you live from between the blue lines. Sitting right on top of the players' bench here this morning. All right, everybody breaks their huddles, heads over to their respective benches. And as you can see, I am right at center ice here this morning. Referees are ready to get going here. Now that we'll have Luch in net. And let's see who else we got coming out here for the start. We got Brownie, we got Brookie, we got Jess, and Greta and Carmen. Puck goes down. Scooped up by Jess, pushing it forward into the Jaguars zone. Rookie goes to the corner with it, tipping it away. Puts it back behind the net. Rookie in the corner. Up to the hash marks. Greta tipped it back down. Grabbed up by Jess. Ooh, blocker save. Goes back behind the net. Up the far side wall. Carmen battling on that far side. Jess picks it up. Gets it down towards Brookie. Jaguar sent it up the far side wall. Comes back into center ice. Carmen grabs it. Carmen sends it all the way in. Goes deep. Back behind the net, just trying to battle for it. Keeping it down low as the new lineup came on. Gia tips it away for a split second there. Jaguars send it out and down. They got an arm up. And that is icing. As the Alexa gets right to it. Coming back for an offensive zone draw. Got Gio making her way up to the dot with Caden, Mango, Liv, and Alexa. Mango trying to poke it away. Comes up the near side wall. Liv keeps it down low. Gia grabs the shot, or grabs the puck just in front of the blue line. Liv passes it back over to Alexa. Alexa goes up the far side wall towards Mango. Mango carrying it through. Puts it down low. Caden with the tip on net. Ends up going over to the far side. Comes back in through the middle. Liv stops it. Tipped over to the near side wall. Battle up along the players' benches. Liv grabs it. Sends it back over to Alexa. Alexa surveys and sends it up to Mango. Mango one-times it to the blue line. Should have been offsides there, but not called. Referees are a little bit on the shaky side here this weekend. Puck goes over to the far side wall. Demi gets over there. Tips it up top. Jaguars grabbed it. Kendall shoots it up forward. Referee stops that inlet. Joss grabs it. Circles around a couple. Gets a clear lane. Drops it in down low. Back behind the net and over to the far side corner. Kendall tips it over towards Sizzle. Sizzle with the puck. Tater calling for it. Drops it for Demi. Tater kicks it back away. Tater grabs it at the top of the circle. Kicked away by the Jaguars. Jaguars send it over to the far side. Blue line. Jocelyn puts it back behind net. Tater gets over there, grabs up the puck at the goal line, looking for somebody, gets it towards Carmen. Carmen comes back down low with it. Loses the handle behind the net, grabbed up by Kendall. Kendall at the goal line, takes a shot, goes off of Carmen. Jaguars send this one all the way down. Gonna have the distance. Nope, waved off. Carmen picks up the puck at the near side corner, pushing it forward for Tater. Tater tips it into center ice. Jaguars send it over to the far side wall. End up dropping it in, but Greta was right there. Gets it up towards Kendall. Kendall trying to send it in farther, but only got it to the top of the circle. Puck goes over to the far side wall, grabbed up by Greta. She stops, turns around, goes through the far side circle, pushes it over to the near side wall. Jaguars send it in down deep. Goes back behind Luch, picked up by Carmen. Carmen goes up the far side wall. Bosch pushes it up towards Brownie. Brownie met with some resistance before the blue line. Referees let that one go. Brownie bus battling on the far side wall. Kick back into center. Liv loses the handle of it as she came across the blue line. Jess sends it in for the zone. Jaguars send it far side. Takes a bounce all the way back into the slot. Grabbed up by Alexa. Alexa stops, pulls around. Gets a pass over off the wall. Grabbed up at the top of the circle. Liv pushes it up forward towards Brookie. Brookie taps it over towards Jess. Jess comes up near side. Drops it for Brookie. Brookie trying to center it up. Alexa's going to grab it top of the slot. Alexa puts it down low. Kicked over to the far side corner by Brookie. Brookie grabs it up. Drops it for Alexa. Alexa circles in. Puts a shot on net. In through the slot. Backhand shot. Ends up coming to the far side wall. Kept in by Liv. Tapped down low by Brookie. Goes to the corner with it. Back in through the middle. Grabbed up just inside the zone or center ice. Sends it over towards Liv. Liv's going to step up, drop it in down low, complete the full line change. Got Kendall. Gia Demi catches it on the far side. Just out of Mango's reach and comes in through center. Jocelyn gets position. Passes the puck up towards Mango. Mango shoots it up towards Caden. All the way down on net. Tipped into the near side corner. Going up back to the far side. Comes in through the middle. Jocelyn taps that away. Back in through the middle again. To the far side. Denny stepped up in front of her. Loose puck. Far side dot. Kick saved by Luch. Puck in the slot. Demi sends it up the near side wall. Back into center ice. Jaguars come across the blue line. Drop it at the top of the circle. Kicked away there by Caden. On the far side wall, Kendall shoots it back into center ice. Tipping the pass away. Maddie picks it up. Ends up going to the far side. Kendall's going to pick it up. She's got the speed. Far side dot takes a shot just a bit high and goes all the way around out of the zone. Greta was able to get a poke check on it. Battling here at center ice. Tipped at the blue line. Grabbed up by Sizzle. Carries it down low for the far side hash marks. Down to the goal line. Looking for somebody to drop it to. Ends up getting it to Greta. Greta puts it on net. Goalie catches that one in the midsection. Tater Dumpty at the dot. Philly puts it down on net. Goalie was able to have cat-like reflexes and drop down on that one. Tater, Philly, Bus, Greta, and Carmen. Comes back towards Greta at the top of the circle. She kicks it down low towards Philly. Puck goes to the slot. Grabbed up by Carmen. Carmen taps it over to the near side wall. Greta seals the wall, keeps the puck down low. Tater gets it over to Philly. Philly goes top of the slot, puts it down on net, goes off the backside of a Jaguar player. Kicked down low by Philly. Philly chasing after it behind the goal line. Bus trying to poke away at it. Carmen seals the hash marks. Philly pushes it back towards Tater. Tater goes up the glass. Carmen goes into the corner with it. Comes back towards Bus off of her feet. Top of the circle. Jaguars sending it back into center ice where Greta grabs it. Sends it up towards Tater. Pushing it into the zone. Puck goes all the way around to the far side. Alexa's going to win that 50-50. Delayed offside's called. Jaguars regroup in their own zone. Send it all the way across to the far side. Alexa picks it up. Goes off a couple of sticks. Ends up going into the zone, top of the circle. Right back out. Rookie touched that one on the other side of the blue line. So that will be an offsides call. Oh. Called that one intentional. Haven't seen that happen very often. Puck goes to the far side corner. Alexa sends it up towards Brookie. Brookie trying to get around. Jaguars keep it in. Go back behind the goal line. Trying to center it up. Liv's going to take that one away. Come up that far side wall. Bounces it off the wall towards Brookie. Jaguars standing at the blue line. Kick it right back at us. Alexa gets a pass from Brownie. Puck goes back into the Jaguar zone. Jaguars coming through the middle. Goes off the backside of the net and over to the near side corner. Back up to the point. Shot goes down. Luch catches that one in the logo. Puck goes top of the slot, kicked away there by Demi. Goes over to the far side corner. She goes up the wall towards Mango. Mango trying to get an outlet pass, taken away by her, from her. Ends up going in the corner for Jocelyn. Back behind Luch, up to the near side towards Caden. Caden's tips it out into center ice. Gia battling for it. Loose puck, top of the slot. Or top of the blue line. Jaguars send it in down deep. Goes behind Luch. Grabbed up by Jocelyn. Just misses Caden. Gia blows through one. Sends the puck all the way down. That's going to be an icing call at 5:30. Maddie at the dot with Sizzle and Kendall. Goes across the slot and over to the far side wall. Kendall shoots this one all the way down. I got another arm up. Icing again. Maddie goes to the dot, calling out some plays. Looks over towards Demi, Kendall, Joss, and Sizzle. Maddie wins it to the corner. Demi sends it up the wall. Taken away by the Jaguars. Centering pass broken up there by Jocelyn. Jaguars go back behind the net. Jocelyn chases it in the near side corner, sends it up the wall and out. Got another arm up and icing call. Is that 4 icing calls here in 30 seconds? Tater Dumpty comes to the dot. Wins that one over towards Greta. Greta pushes it up. Tater goes off the glass. Goes to the blue line. Tipped away by Bus. Bus picks it up, top of the slot. Puts it off the shoulder of the goalie and goes up the far side wall. Carmen tips it away from the referee. Philly trying to chase after it behind the goal line. Bounces off a stick and up over to the corner. Jaguars trying to take it away, but Philly took the puck from Tater. Put a shot just over the top of the net and over to the near side corner. Bus poking away at it. Grabs up the puck for a split second. Philly trying to poke it away. Sends it over to Tater. Tater with a shot. Just off the goalie's pads. She's able to reach down, cover it up. Brownie, Jess, Brookie, Liv, Alexa. Underneath. Goes Brookie to the goal line. Lost the handle of it as the Jaguars were all on top of it. Liv at the near side hash marks. Puts it down low. Tipped by Jess. Goes back behind the net. Comes back up to the hash marks for Liv. Liv with it in the corner. Going down low. Goes off the goalie's mask and near side post. Jaguars send it off the wall and back into center ice. Alexa's going to pick it up. Get it over to Jess. Jess sends it over to the far side, taken away by the Jaguars at center ice. They send it airmail, not the back wall, grabbed up by Alexa at the goal line. Alexa bounces it off the wall, just missed Rookie. Tipped out by Brownie. Brownie chasing after it at the blue line. Pushes it into the Jaguar zone. Try to get it over towards Jess. Liv's going to grab it on the near side wall, send it in down low. Jess back behind the net. Hawks going for a line change. Jaguars send it up the wall. Alexa's going to keep it in. Alexa sends it in. Josh goes high up off the glass, back behind the net. Jaguars send this one all the way out and around. Caden picks it up. Gets a pass over here towards Jocelyn. Jocelyn bounces it off the wall and into the zone. Grabbed up by Jaguars. They send it over to the far side circle. Puck goes through center ice. Stopped by Jocelyn, or by Demi. Gets it up towards Caden. Caden at center ice. Dusted it off around one. Comes up top of the circle. Gets it over towards Mango. Mango goes over to the far side corner with it. Gia gets a pass from Mango. Gia puts it through the slot. Ends up coming to the near side corner. Jaguars trying to chip it up and pass Jocelyn, but she seals the wall. Jaguars go to the far side. Stretching comes up the far side. Pushing it forward. Kept at the blue line. Demi gets it over towards Kendall. Or Jocelyn got it towards Kendall. Kendall underneath. Pass it up to Sizzle. Puts a redirect on net. Still scoreless here at 1:44. Maddie at the dot wins this one back to Carmen. Carmen trying to get it back towards Greta. She taps it over to Sizzle. Sizzle pushes it to the top of the circle. Ends up carrying it down low. Kendall grabs it. Goes back into the far side corner with it. Sends it back for Maddie. Maddie in the corner. Going up the wall. Kendall comes away with it. Trying to get a shot off, but tipped away. Goes back behind the net. Kendall looking for someone, cycles it around towards Greta, but taken away by the Jaguars. Comes up to the blue line. Comes back, rolling puck. Carmen's going to get there at the far side dot. Pushes it up forward towards Maddie. Maddie decides to come back underneath the net. Looking up the wall to get a pass off. Gets deflected and goes over to the far side point. Tipped into center ice. Maddie sent it down. Hawks going to complete a line change here. Got a fresh new set of 5. Philly putting some pressure. Bus grabs it, top of the slot. Her shot gets deflected and goes into the near side corner, picked up by Philly. Philly trying to get a pass over towards Alexa, but didn't get quite all of the puck. Puts it off the net, or off the goalie. Tipped on the goalie again. She catches it. Got Tater, Philly, Bus, Alexa, and Liv. Tater at the dot. Wins this one. Back to Alexa. Alexa at the blue line. Tipped away from her. Jaguars on the rush. Shot goes well wide and up the near side wall. Tater on the rush. Got the speed. Got Philly over on the near side. Philly dusted it off. Puts it on net. Tipped over to the far side wall. Grabbed just outside the blue line. Tater brings it back in through. Grabs it. Puts the shot as the whistle blows. And that is the end of your first period. I got one for sports cam, or score cam.
I learned about that. Haven't figured it out yet enough to try it. But.
Sideline HD is this one.
Okay.
That one's free.
So I have Game Changer, and there's a free option, but I think that one's better.
Sideline's awesome because it'll send out highlight clips automatically. You don't have to worry about anything. And it's 100% free for hockey right now.
Okay. All right.
I suggest that one. Sports Cam I just do because I had the service. It's only $40, so it's not bad. Back to broadcast. Greta was able to tap it away at the slot. Jaguars got the puck at center ice, dropping in down low. Back behind the net, over to the far side corner where Greta goes over and Jaguars come away with it. Brownie grabs the puck. Brownie dusts it off around one. Skating through the blue line with it. Brownie puts a shot on net. Ends up getting kicked over to the near side corner. Picked up by Brownie. Gets it over towards Demi. Demi puts it through the slot. Taken away by the Jaguars, and they come up the near side wall. Demi with it again. Down low, Gia trying to get a pass through. Traffic. Ends up coming over to Jocelyn, top of the slot. She stops and pulls it back. Ends up kicking it over towards Jess. Jess dusts it off and puts it back behind the goal line. Centering pass ends up coming all the way out of the zone. Jocelyn's got to come back in through center ice. Grab it at the blue line. Gets it over to Demi. Demi finally gets a handle of it. Sends it up the near side wall. Too much traffic to get a pass off towards Mango. Jocelyn regroups, grabs it, sends it up towards Caden. Caden gets it over to Mango. Mango far side. Kick saved by the goalie and up the near side wall. Jaguars pushing it forward. Jocelyn grabs this one, sends it off the wall towards Mango. Mango trying to push it and leaves it at the blue line for Gia. Gia puts it on net. Goes across the bow and over to the near side and corner. Up the wall, Alexa seals it. Puts it back into the corner. 3 Jaguars there to grab the puck. Coming up the far side. Decides to come back in through the middle. Down on Luch. Blocks it and ends up covering it up. Stopping the clock at 13:04. Maddie calling out plays. Puck's loose at the circle. Ends up going back down low. Alexa gets there. Tips it in the referee's direction. Maddie pushes it up the wall. Jaguars were all right there. Goes back behind Luch. Tips it. Liv grabs it. Comes up the far side wall to Sizzle. Sizzle trying to get a pass off. Goes off a skate. Picks it back up. Drops it for Maddie. Maddie goes up the far side wall. Carries it all the way down low. Kendall with it. Back behind the net. Gets tripped up. Got Got a penalty coming up on the Jaguars. Kendall puts it on the near side post. Maddie picks it back up. Shovels it up to Liv. Lexa sends it down, goes through traffic. Tater, I think, caught that one in the midsection. Comes back to Alexa. Back down low, tipped over to the far side corner. Maddie with it. Gets it over to Liv, to Alexa. Alexa puts a shot, and it's in the back of the net! Will negate the penalty as the Hawks take advantage of that extra attacker and get the goal. Way to show the patience there. And referee was chatting with Luch. Coach Todd trying to get the explanation. Tater comes to the dot, wins it over to the near side wall. Puck and send up, sailing over to the far side. Comes back in through center. Jaguars come across the blue line. Tater takes an elbow. Bus gets a pass up to Philly. Philly trying to toe drag around. Tater picks the puck up, goes through the slot, puts it on net. Loose puck still. Tipping it away. Oh, it goes across the crease. All the way out and down. Grabbed up by Greta. Top of the circle, stretching it up. Just Mitch's Tater. And going to have the distance. Icing was the call on that one. Coming all the way back for a defensive zone draw. I need more petrol. Brownie at the dot. Wins that one up, goes top of the side. Kick save there by Luch. Comes up to the top of the circle. Back down low. Kicked away there by Jocelyn. Jocelyn comes up the near side wall, bounces it off the boards. Rookie battling at the blue line. Comes back to Jocelyn at the hash marks. Jocelyn back around the net, gets a pass up. Brownie trying to pull it through the blue line, but stopped by the Jaguars. Jaguars send it right back in. Jess is going to get it. Gets it over to Demi. Demi pushes it up the near side wall. Jaguars send it back down into the corner. Demi with the puck, sends it up the wall towards Brookie. Brookie gets plastered up against the wall. Puck goes off the back or near side post. High up off the glass this time. Up towards the blue line. Over to the far side. Jess decides to dust it off and go around a couple. Leaves it for Brownie. Brownie, top of the circle. Her shot gets tipped. Mango trying to push it forward. Ends up going into the corner. Up the near side wall. Alexa sends it. Just over the top of the net and goes over to the far side hash marks where Mango stops, turns around. Puts it back into the near side corner. Comes up the wall towards Alexa. Puck goes over to the far side wall. It goes around the referee. Gets it up to a Mango. Mango drops it in. Up the far side wall. Liv puts it on net. Kicked over to the near side. Grabbed up by Gia at the hash marks. Gets it over to Alexa. Alexa puts a shot just wide of the net. Mango back to Liv. Liv puts it off of a player. Alexa comes back, helps out her D partner, sends it up towards Gia. Liv blocks that one, ends up going into the near side corner. Alexa seals the passing lane. Mango up the near side wall, sends it up. Gia trying to tap it. Mango sends it down on net. Goalie had to play it and turns it over to her defense. Goes up the far side wall. Kendall steals that outlet pass. Still up that far side wall. Carmen plastered the girl up. Couldn't get a clean outlet. Puck comes back into the Hawk zone. Greta picks it up at the near side hash marks. Puts it back around the net over towards Carmen on the near side wall. Trying to push it up towards Kendall. Bouncing puck in through the slot. Grabbed up by Greta. Greta goes off the wall. Sizzle pushing it forward towards Maddie. Maddie carries it across the blue line. Maddie centers it up behind the back, top of the slot. Grabbed up by Greta. Greta takes a shot, goes off of a hand. Jaguars at center ice, battling for it. Get it to the blue line. Carmen kicked it out for a second, but then drawed it back. Greta picks up the loose puck, gets it over towards Kendall. Tipped by the Jaguars on net. Goalie reaches down, covers it up. Tater Dumpy comes to the dot. Philly to the far side. Grabs the puck, top of the circle, gets it over towards Demi, top of the slot. She puts it down, goes off the backside, still loose in the slot, grabbed up by Tater. Tater puts it up towards Demi. Demi has to come back out of the zone. Jocelyn waits. Nope. Didn't wait long enough. Offside's called on the Hawks. Stopping the clock at 7:51. Tater ends up pushing the puck into the Jaguar zone. Goes up the far side wall where Philly was battling with it. Jaguars go back behind their net. Come up through the slot. Jaguars push it into the near side. Ends up going in on Luch. She kicks it. Back behind the net. Demi presses the girl up. Tater kicks it up the near side wall. Bus bounces it out. Philly's chasing after it. Philly's going to pick it up. Philly goes in on net. Goes forehand, backhand, and in the back of the net. Philly from Bus on that one. Hawks up 2-0 here. 7-11 in the second period. Brownie at the dot wins that one back. Liv's going to carry it up the far side. Pushes it down to the hash marks where the Jaguars grab it. Send it all the way around to the near side wall. Jaguars send that one all the way down. That's going to be an icing. Lexi needs to see the trainer for a cut to her hand. Jaguars come away with the puck. They push it out of the zone. It's going to go down on Luch, so she saves that one. Gets it over to Greta. Greta goes off the far side wall towards Jess. Trying to tip it up along the wall. Jaguars come away with it. Drops it to the point. Put it down on Luch. Reaches down. Brownie at the dot. Ends up coming over towards Jess. She finally gets a handle of it. Kicks it out of the zone and into center ice. Up the far side wall. Brownie goes off a Jaguar player at the blue line. Comes back to Greta. Greta goes off the boards. Jaguars player was standing right there. Greta carries it down low. Goes end up back behind the net. Drops it at the near side dot. Carmen grabs it. Sends it over to Jess. Jess has got some room. Carries it across the blue line. Swarmed up by the Jaguars over there. Mango smacks that pass down. Stopped at the near side hash marks. Carmen at the top of the circle. Drops it down to the hash marks. Jaguars send it up. It's going to go all the way over to the far side hash marks. Gia gets there. Jaguars fall down on top of the puck. Pull down Gia, bouncing it up the far side wall. Tipped out of the zone by Mango. Mango trying to still battle at center ice. Mango pulls that puck away. Gets it across the blue line. Jaguars all over it. Mango trying to send it down low. Grabbed up by Caden at the top of the slot. Puts it down on net. Kicked away by the Jaguars. Demi putting some pressure on the puck as it goes to the blue line. Grabbed up by Kendall. Kendall sends it. Goes off one Jaguars player. Tipped back in through center ice. Jaguars on the rush back through. Tipped by Demi. Goes off the backboard. Luch reaches back. Covers it up. Alexa got tended to. Going to make her way back over to the bench. Puck goes down. Maddie at the dot. Goes back behind. Jocelyn picks it up on the behind the net. Sends it over to the far side corner. Sizzle comes down low, pushing it up. Maddie met with some resistance, gets it up to the blue line. Ends up going back down into the corner again. Jaguars get there first. Pressed up in the corner. Comes back down to the goal line. Maddie grabs it. Shovels it up between Demi's legs. Taken away by the Jaguars. Kept in the zone at the blue line. Put it down low. Kick saved by Luch over to the near side corner. Grabbed up by Demi. Demi surveys. Dusts it around a couple. Skates through center ice. Builds up the speed. Top of the slot. Her shot gets tipped and goes into the protective netting behind the goalie. Got a full lineup change coming out here for your Hawks. Taylor Dumpty, Philly bus. Philly grabs a face-off off the far side wall, sends it back up. Greta putting some pressure, takes the puck away, carries it back down low. Bounces it over towards Bus on the near side corner. She dusts it off, puts it up towards Philly. Philly gets taken away from her. Pushed in through the middle. Taters takes that one away. Lost the handle of it at the top of the circle, kicks it up the board towards Bus. Ends up coming up, or going down low. Goes across the bow and over to the far side corner. Jaguars send it up to the point. Can't get a handle on it. Philly chasing after it, picks it up. Far side circle, carries it down low behind the net. Taken away by the Jaguars behind the net. Good pressure there by Bus, trying to poke that one away. Jaguars have to retreat, go back. Top of the circle, grabbed up by Carmen. Philly danced the blue line with it. Served it up and comes back to Greta on the near side blue line. Greta dusted it off, goes off Tater, and that is offsides. New set of 5 coming out for your Hawks. Thanks for joining the broadcast here this morning. This is Frankie Nasser coming to you live from between the blue lines at Darien Sportsplex. Brownie ties it up, ends up pushing it forward across the blue line. Tipped away, grabbed up by Jess, sent into the zone. Comes back to the far side. Liv battling for it, kicks it to herself, carries it up the far side wall. Jaguars send it back into center ice, grabbed up by Jocelyn. Jocelyn finally figures out which foot's got to go first, trying to get the puck up towards Rookie. Tipped all the way back, grabbed up at the near side hash marks. Liv gets it over to Jess on the far side wall. Jess carries it across the blue line, gets manhandled, goes through the slot. Kicked away. Jocelyn gets it over to Liv. Liv's got some space, told to skate, carries it up the wall, stopped with some traffic. Brownie puts it down low. Jaguars send it off the wall and out of the zone. Jocelyn's got to regroup. Gets it over to Jess. Jess over to Liv. Liv looks up, puts a knuckler down on net, takes a funky bounce. Gia wins it back to Greta. Greta takes the shot. Goalie's able to reach down, cover it up. Got 1:36 left here in the second period. Puck comes over the near side wall. Jaguars trying to push it out of the zone, coming through center ice. Luch with a save by the twig on that one. Gets pushed up top of the slot. Taken away there by Mango. Puck ends up coming up along the near side wall. Comes back to Jocelyn. Trying to feed Caden on the far side. Bouncing puck. Tipped over towards Mango. Mango trying to put it on net. Caden with a tap. Caden all big and bagged down behind that net. Puck ends up coming to the far side wall. Up through the top of the slot and out. Got an arm up. I got the distance. I got a whistle. I got icing. Hawks up by 2 here. Got Maddie coming to the dot with Kendall on the far side. Sizzle near side. Alexa and Liv. Big Luch in net. Puck goes over to the far side wall. Liv gets it over towards Alexa. Alexa walks the line with it. Puts it down low. Taken away by the Jaguars. Puck goes back into center ice. Alexa took a little shot there. Kendall sends it into the far side corner. Ends up coming up the far side wall. Liv sends it back in on net again. Sizzle trying to grab the puck. Jaguars get it. Send it over to the near side hash marks where Jocelyn's going to step up. Grab that one. Sizzle puts it to the top of the or bottom of the circle. Jaguars go off the glass, and that is the end of your second period. right, coming to start third period. "15 minutes on the clock." Tater makes her way up to the dot. Pushed forward and deep. Goes back behind the line. Jocelyn at the blue line with it. Sends it back down deep. Up the far side wall. Demi puts it back down into the corner. Philly's going to grab it. Tip it over towards Bus. Bus to Tater with the shot. Caught by the goalie. Tater, Bus, Philly. Jaguars grab control, come rushing out. Go up the far side wall. Far side circle. Blocker save there by Luch. Comes up the near side. Philly on the ice. Comes in through center ice. Goes through the slot. Puts it down on net. Goes just wide. Jaguars grab it behind the net. Tater chopping away at it. Comes back to the goal line. Saucered back up to Greta. Greta puts it down low. Goes off a shin pad and back over to the near side corner. Philly's trying to center it back up. Taken away by the Jaguars. Stopped at the blue line by Greta. Ends up coming back a little bit. Greta sends it into the zone. Hawks go for a line change. Back in through center ice for the Jaguars. Tipped in down low. Back behind the goal line. Alexa gets it over towards Brookie. Brookie one-times it over to Brownie. Jess grabs the loose puck. Not out of the zone yet. Karma pushes it up forward towards Brookie. Jaguars grab it. Go up the far side wall. Going through the slot. Up the far side wall. Alexa was able to get it over towards Brookie. Smacked out of the air. Ends up getting off the glass and into center ice. Loose puck. Brownie corrals it. Whoop, nope. Now she does. Gets it over towards Jess, or Brookie, who gets a shot on net. Stopping the clock at 13:01. Gia makes her way to the dot with Caden and Mango. Mango with the puck back behind the net. Trying to center it up. Ends up splitting the G and back into the Hawk zone. Demi picks it up. Turns around. Her pass gets deflected. Goes high up in the air. Bouncing puck corralled up by Gia. Back into the center ice from the blue line. All the way across. Down into the near side. Jocelyn gets there first, corrals it in the corner, gets some space, sends the puck over towards Demi. Demi looks up, trying to push it up forward towards Mango, taken away by the Jaguars, but kicked out of the zone. Jaguars in through center ice, dusting it off, tipped away there by Mango. Jaguars send it in, goes off the wall, grabbed up by Jocelyn, sends it over to Demi. Demi looks up, gets a pass up towards Gia, taken away by the Jaguars. Jaguars push it into the Hog zone, grabbed up on the far side, top of the circle by Demi. Gets it over to Jocelyn, gets it over to Gia. Trying to get a pass off towards Kendall. Kendall taps it up towards the blue line. Jaguars come rushing across. Couldn't get a clean shot off and goes back behind the line. Maddie gets a pass up towards Sizzle. Sizzle taps it in. Carried across the blue line. Jaguars are able to send it back into center ice. Grabbed up by Greta. Carries it up through. Takes a shot from the slot. Goalie reaches down. Covers that one up. .29 here to go in the third period. Maddie, Sizzle, and Kendall Sizzle on the far side. Gets it up towards Carmen. Carmen sends it back down low. Taken away by the Jaguars. Jaguars coming up the far side wall. Kicked away, but Jaguars send it in down low on Lute. She pushes it up towards Greta. Greta carries it up. Sends it up the far side wall. Comes back down on Luch, takes a funky bounce in front of her, reaches down, covers it up. Tater comes out with Bus and Philly, Alexa and Liv. Jaguars win this one back from their point, gets tipped. Liv grabs it. Pushing it up forward towards Tater. Stick gets lifted. Bus grabs a loose puck. Gets it over to the near side for Philly. Battle at the blue line. Jaguars come away with it. Puck goes over to the far side wall. Alexa grabs it. Trying to push it up forward. Jaguars stop it. Tater going off the wall. Gets it up to the blue line. Tipped up in the center ice. Grabbed up by Philly. Philly's got a little bit of space. Blocks that one up. Oh, trying to corral that puck again. Alexa gets it from the top of the circle, puts it on net. Kicked back behind the net. Philly battling the Jaguars. Bus helping out. Bus comes away with it, looking for somebody. Takes the shot, goes off the goalie's face. Jaguars come up the far side, push it back into center ice. Grabbed up by Philly. Philly back to Alexa. Alexa looks up. Has Bus on the far side all by herself. Bus is going to cross the blue line with it. Turns around, trying to drop it for Brownie. Brownie goes off the wall with it. Corralled up by Jess. Top of the slot, takes the shot. Blocker saved over to the near side. Grabbed up by Jess. Jess goes back behind the net, looking for somebody streaking through. Grabs it to Jocelyn. Her shot gets tipped, goes off the glass back behind the net. Brownie corrals it on the near side wall, gets it back to Demi. Demi looks over, sends it over to Joss on the far side. Her shot goes off the back wall and up the near side. Brownie puts it off of the near side post, takes a funky bounce, loft at the top of the circle, picked up by the Jaguars. Jaguars clearing on his own. Stop, pull up, put a shot on Luch. She reaches down, covers it up. Referees won't blow the whistle. Continue play. Jess gets a pass from Demi, comes in through center ice. Goes over to the far side, tipped away at the last second. Put it back in front of the net. Goalie reaches down, covers it up. 8:59 here to go in the third period. Back behind the net. Mango trying to pick it up. Jaguars swatting it around. Goes up the far side hash marks. Picked up by Carmen. Into the corner. Referee gets in the way and now decides to move. Gia trying to clear some space. Kicking the puck around. Back up to the point for Caden. Caden, top of the circle, puts it off of a shin pad and over to the near side corner. Jaguars trying to clear it up, but Mango tips it away. Back behind the goal line in the near side corner. Greta taps it back down low. Jaguars send it up to the far side blue line. Across the blue, take the shot. Luch reaches up, catches it with the glove. Finally gets the whistle. Stopping the clock at 7:56. Maddie makes her way to the dot. Ends up getting kicked out. Kendall wins it back to Alexa. Her pass up the wall taken away by the Jaguars. Liv takes that puck away from the goal line. Pushes it up towards Sizzle. Sizzle tapped it up into center ice. Luch passes it up to Alexa. Sent into center ice. Sizzle draws the penalty. Hawks going on the power play here at 7:29. Looks like we're going to have Maddie center up this one with Sizzle, Kendall, Demi, and Jocelyn. Oh, no, it's Kendall at the dot. Wins it over to Maddie. Maddie back to Jocelyn. Jocelyn walks the blue line with it. Gets it back to Maddie. Maddie to Jocelyn. Jocelyn walks the line. Gets it over to Demi on the near side. Back to Jocelyn. Jocelyn down low to Maddie. Jaguars send it back into center ice. Jaguars pick up the loose puck. Come rushing through. Backhand shot. Kick saved by Luch. Picked up by Jocelyn. Jocelyn's pass gets tipped. Goes all the way to the far side corner. Sent back behind the net. Up the near side wall. Grabbed up by Liv. Sends it back down low. Brownie at the near side hash marks. Grabs the puck. Drops it for Liv. Liv trying to get a pass over towards Alexa, but tipped away by the Jaguars. Tried to get a shot on net. Luch with a kick save. Grabbed up by Bus. Maddie dusts it off and spins around. Puts a shot up. Goes off the shoulder of the goalie. Off the far side. Grabbed up by Philly at the dot. Puts it on net. Loose puck in front. Finally whistled dead. Tater at the dot. Philly near side. She wins it back to Demi. Demi over to Greta. Greta at the top of the slot. Her pass gets deflected. Kicked away there by Tater. Sent into the zone. Everybody tags up. Jaguars send it back down. Luch is going to pass it off towards Demi. Demi comes around. Goes off of Philly's shin pads and up the near side wall. Tater tips it. Sends it in down deep. Philly chasing after it, grabs it, leaves it for Tater. Tater goes back off the wall towards Philly. Philly trying to get it up. The bus just tapped away. Liv's going to pick it up. We're back to 5-on-5. Alexa picks the puck up, sends it over to Tater at the blue line. Bit of a congestion there. Liv to Alexa. Offside's called. Push forward. Greta grabs the puck, comes in, puts it just on the outside of the net. Back behind the net is Brookie chasing after it. Jess picks up the loose puck, bounces it over towards Greta on the near side wall. Greta goes down low into the corner, turns around again. Sends it back to Jess at the blue line. Jess walks it a little bit, sends it over to the far side. Carmen grabs it off the wall. Carmen carries it down low behind the goal line. Oh, passed it to Brownie, who put a tapper onto the net. Went just a little wide. Goes over to the far side corner. Comes up near side. Tipped by Jess. Comes back into center ice. Down towards Luch. She uses her twig and passes it over towards Carmen. Carmen pushing it up. Brookie taps it. Grabbed up by the Jaguars and sent back into the Hawks zone. Puck goes through middle. Tapped over towards Brookie. Brookie carries it across the blue line. 3 black jerseys on her. Goes up to the near side hash marks. Big battle along the near side boards. Jess gets it over to Brookie. Brookie over to Jess. Comes up the far side. Bouncing over Demi's stick. Grabbed up by Josh. Josh trying to get a pass off. Has to retreat a little bit. Gets it over to Demi. Demi gets it out of the zone. Back into center ice. Grabbed up by the Jaguars. Puck comes back into center ice. Going to be corralled up by Gia. Got a little bit of space. Goes around one. Pulls it back. Puts a shot just over the top of the net. Caden trying to get a rebound shot on that one. Jaguars send it back up to the blue line. Joss keeps it in. She walks it down low. Puts it across. Mango trying to tip it. Still loose puck. Got to keep battling until that whistle blows. And that puck was just sitting right next to the goalie. .316 here to go in the third. Maddie Kendall trying to win it over towards her, but taken away by the Jaguars. Jaguars come up the near side wall. Liv trying to poke it away. Alexa tips it into center ice. Grabbed up, sends it off the referee's backside. Back down to the far side dot. Corralled up by Liv. Liv pushing it up forward towards Sizzle. Sizzle tips it back into center ice. Jaguars retreat. Grab up the puck. Send it over to the far side wall. Alexa blocks that one with the shin pads. Takes the puck and sends it up back up to the point. Luch catches that one. Stopping the clock at 2:40. Tater at the dot. Wins that one over towards Carmen. Carmen trying to push it forward. Ends up going up to the point. Smacked down by the Jaguars. Carmen's pass can't go through a leg and comes right back to her. Puck goes high up in the air, top of the circle. Back up to the point. Goes through traffic. Luch kick saves it over to the near side wall. Philly puts it back behind the goal line. Grabbed up by Greta. Greta's going to come up that far side wall. Everybody gets out of her way. Clears the lane. Back down behind the net. Tater gets shoved hard into the wall. Trying to wrap around was Philly. Stopping the clock here at 1:59. Whew. Brownie comes to the dot. Puck goes back behind the net and over to the far side hash marks. Goes up the wall. Jess trying to get there. Grabs it just inside center ice. Brownie trying to push it up towards Brookie. Comes all the way back. Harmon has to wait until everybody's onside. Drops it for Brookie. Brookie over to Jess. Jess puts a shot. Can't get it through traffic. Tipped in front. Gets you on frame. Comes up to the blue line. Joss keeps it in. Walks it back down low. Centers it up to Brookie. Brookie takes the shot. Goalie's able to hold on to that one. Mango steals that one, gets it over to Caden. Caden goes off the far side post, ricochets over to the near side hash marks. Outlet pass grabbed up by Mango, puts a knuckler down behind the net, grabbed up by the Jaguars, tipped away there by Gia. Mango stops the outlet, didn't know where it was, ends up coming back to Demi at the blue line, sends it up to Caden. Caden taps it in down low. Reese chasing after it, comes up the near side wall, grabbed up by Gia. Gia puts it down behind the goal line. Caden taps it. Mango trying to put it off the goalie. Goalie reaches down, covers it up, stopping the clock with 39 seconds to go. Sizzle trying to get the shot off, blocked. Ends up coming back in through the top of the slot, in through center ice. Tipped away there by Sizzle at the center. Demi grabs it. Trying to get it up to the blue line. We're 25 seconds left in the game. Tipped away there by Maddie. Broken up by Jocelyn. Sends it into the far side corner. Maddie comes up with the puck. Sends it back into center ice. Sizzle tips it around one. Carries it out through the zone at the blue line. Got 5 seconds to go. And that is the end of your game. Hawks are victorious. Winning another one here at the NGHL Championship weekend. Hope you enjoyed the outcome as much as we did here. Come back for another live game this afternoon. This is Frank, the announcer, signing off for Between the Blue Lines. Until this afternoon.